Okay, I think I'm live. And if I'm live and y'all can hear me, can you just let me know if the sound and the picture's okay? All right, got Quentin James in the house. Glenn! Brian Cote's here. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me and see me all right. Just waiting for a response. Oh, it's really delayed. Really delayed. All right, let me just have a quick boo here. It looks and sounds great. Okay. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. So, yeah, this will be my last after gig hangout for a long time for a couple reasons. One, I'm not going to be around next week or this week. And then I actually have, I think, 2 weeks off. So I won't be gigging the weekend I get back from Nashville, and I won't be gigging, I think, even the week after that. So there's a couple of free weeks there. So it's going to be kind of weird. So anyway, but surprisingly enough, I was able to stream from the show yesterday, and I was watching a bit of it today, and um, it looked okay. It, of course, it's a little distorted because I'm just using my phone, but it looked okay, and more importantly, at least in the first set, there wasn't a lot of choppiness. There wasn't a lot of breakup. So most of the most of the video, most of the audio made it, and I tried to use that Jitsi thing, but I can't do that mobile, and I didn't. I guess I need to set that up on my computer first. But yeah, I didn't. I just went with the old Streamlabs, and the whole time I'm doing it, I don't know if I'm live, if I'm not live. Like I can't tell, because you're looking at the screen, and I mean, if the comments were like sliding up, then I could tell, but they're just kind of frozen in one spot. So the whole time, I had the Streamlabs going. I didn't know if I was live or not live. I'd look at the bars. Sometimes I'd have like nothing, and then I'd have bars, and I would have. So I had no idea how much was coming through and how much wasn't. But in watching it late today, I saw that the first set, I think that pretty much was intact. So that was kind of cool. All right. So let me say hello to. We got 5 people in here now. It is a absolutely gorgeous day here, and man, it's not even really humid. It's just really nice to be out here. All right, let's see. We got Mr. Quentin James. Quentin is in here. Brian Cote is in here. Nice to see you. Daniel Horsley, welcome. Audio won't sound good using Jitsi. It's compressed. Ah, so it's good I didn't use Jitsi yesterday. Yeah, because the audio, I mean, apart from being a little bit, distorted, right? Which is okay for rock and roll. Sounded okay. That sounded okay. So I'll get 6 people in here now. Folks, if you're in here, say hello. Just gonna hang out here for just gonna hang out here for a bit before I start going on about the gig thing and what all happened. And you know, there's always stories. Every show has its stories. Hey, there's Janice. Welcome. Got Queen Bee over here, my sidekick. Oh, good. What did you use to stream last night? I used Streamlabs, Brian. Just use the Streamlabs, and it really drains the battery. But I actually had the I had power on the phone the whole time, so the battery was, you know, wasn't an issue. Janice doesn't have any rain today. That's awesome. That's cool. All right, I'll give it here another minute, and I'll start with the officials. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good, Brian. We're good. I just got the phone here, so I'm monitoring the chat because I don't have a second screen. I'm just outside here. No, Janice, we don't have. Yesterday we got pelted pretty hard, but it today's a clear day. Even last night, it was weird because I left here and it was nice and clear, but the venue I was playing at was like an hour and 15 minutes away. And as soon as we parked the cars to start taking out our stuff, it starts raining on us. Hey, there's Jamal. Hey, buddy. Thanks, Jamal. Appreciate it, man. And Ivan Carter, thank you so much. Yeah, it was cool, man. Shit, I I think at one point I had like over 30 people watching the gig last night. It's all up there now, and it's on my channel. I actually separated it. I labeled it. I put screenshots so now you can kind of see what's what. There's like first set, second set, and then third set was broken into. The third set was the one that I think it was the what do you call it? The video was cutting out. The most was in the third set. Nice and here in Kentucky. If you're one of Dave R Scorpions, it's way hot and muggy. Oh, that's awesome, Brian. Get there nice and early. Get the whole week to enjoy it, man. Yeah. Enjoy your trip, safe trips, and hopefully I'll run into you. Mind you, I won't be there till Wednesday, very late night. So, but I plan on being at Namm pretty much all or most of Thursday, and then the rest from there on, I don't know. There's Bam Ozzy. How's it going? Okay, we got 11 in here. So the gig yesterday was in a town called Kitchener. It was about, like I said, about an hour, about 100 kilometers away. I don't know what that is in miles, but it was like an hour and 10, hour and 15 minute drive. So I had the car all packed. I had the car all packed, early in the day. Literally, all I had to do was throw in a guitar and my pedals. So, I figure I got everything. And then I get to the gig and we start unloading everything. And, waiting for the drummer and kind of hanging out, this and that. Oh, thanks, Self Fermi. Glad you liked it, man. And we're waiting for the drummer and all that sort of thing. And I'm looking around. I'm like, where's my amp head? I'm like, I go check in the car. No. Look in the trunk. No. I forgot to bring my amp head. Don't. There's Ed McMahon. And so what am I gonna do, right? I don't have an amp head, and I don't have enough time to drive home. Hey, Dante, old man Dan, how are you? I don't have enough time to drive home because it's like an hour and 15 to come home and get it, and an hour and 15 back. So if I did that, I'd show up and they'd be like halfway through the second set. So what am I going to do? Now, I don't know if you folks remember, but a long time ago on my channel, I did a demo of a one of these mini Vox amp heads. And it's the clean version. It looks like a little toy. And I did a demo of it. I ran pedals through it, and I was saying how great it was for the. Oh, no worries, Michael. Being welcome. Thanks for being here, buddy. Got 15 of you in here now. You guys rock. And I remember when I did the video and I was talking about it, and I was saying, you know what, this thing actually sounds pretty good. It takes pedals well. It sounded decent. Well, that little mini box thing, Ken in the band bought that as a as basically like a backup head, right? You know, in case his amp goes down or my amp goes down, we just plug it in, you know, because he got a really good deal on it. He got it for cheap. So he's like, I'm just going to carry this, you know, to every gig. And you know what? If he didn't have it last night, no hack playing at Hacks last night. The bar was called Hacks. I, you know, I would have been totally screwed. So I did the whole gig through the little tiny Marshall mini Vox head with the new tone technology, whatever they call it, that, you know, their version of an solid state tube. And you know, I'm not going to say it sounded bad. I thought for, you know, for what I was doing, you know, it sounded okay. It was okay. It was maybe better than okay. Let's say about 70%. You know, if I had my Marshall, which is what I'm supposed to bring, I mean, no contest, right? But I think, you know, I had about 75%. I was okay. You know, there were moments where you can tell it's not a tube amp, or like I'm hitting the low, especially when you hit the low E's, right? When you want that pop, that instant, and it's kind of subdued, you know, right there, you don't have that. I don't know. It's hard to describe. But yeah, new tube, fine. So it's kind of like that. But you know what? In a pinch, and obviously for last night, if I didn't have that, or Ken didn't bring that thing, and he was digging hard in his bag, I shit myself. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to play tonight. And then the other issue is digging for another friggin' speaker cable. That was another. But I mean, he pulled it out of his bag. I'm like, thank God I was able to do that gig. And I ran my pedals through it. It just looked really funny. And I took a photo of it and I put it on my Facebook page and I put it on my Instagram. You've got this, you know, I put my 212 usually standing up, right? So you see this 212 cap standing up, and then on top of it, you see this little toy about yay big, and that was running the whole show. And the funny thing is, too, volume was not a problem. I actually played the whole night. That was on a quarter volume the whole night, right? Not even half, a quarter. So, and I was getting shit for being too loud. If you can believe that, I actually had to turn that little toy down. So, you know what? In a pinch, can't say enough about those little boxes, man. Can't say enough about that. We got a few more people that popped in here. Say let me say hello. If I haven't said hello to Jamal, hello, Ivan Carter. If I haven't said hello, hello. There's Dante, Michael B, Charles Green. How are you? No, Quentin, I wasn't joking about it. I play the whole show through that Vox Mini thing, man. And if you go back and you listen to if you listen to the live streaming, you can hear it. And again, it's, you know, with the band mix, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all, man. It really wasn't. Rock and Roll Guitar Lounge is here. Welcome. Marsman is here. Hey, buddy. I thought the Vox was fine and just what you had said it was going to do. Yeah, yeah, in a pinch it'll do. I mean, I'm not, you know, I guess, you know, I guess you could use that sort of as your main head if you wanted to. It's just, you know, I'm a little accustomed to, you know, the like the Hughes and Kenner had a head that I have. The Tube Meister is amazing, and you know the Marshall is so good. It's like, you know, I'm sort of partial to those. You know, I kind of prefer the tubes, but in a pinch, all I know is it saved me last night. That's for sure. Okay, sorry, folks. I'm just scrolling down. There's Poo Ninja. Hey, buddy. You're 44 meg. Okay, what are we talking about here? Renee, Renee D Guitars. Sweet, welcome. There's a new name. There's a new name. Alf Hermie, any of the songs you play in drop D? Yes. I use lightweight strings, which makes the E string a little slinky when I drop D. You recommend using a heavier E string or any other device? Any other device on that? Yeah, like I only do drop D for one song. So for me, it's not really worth it to switch up, um, the lower E string. Right now, I generally go 9 to 42. Um, but if you're playing a lot of drop D and you're playing like nines, then go 9 to 46. Just put a little heavier one on the low E. But I stick with the standard gauge, and I don't really have a problem with it. But if you're finding it a little bit strange, then go 9 to 46. See if that'll help you. Oh, no worries, Renee D. Hey, there's Joe Hervey. How are you? I've spent the last hour working on sweep picking. Seems to get better the more I just don't overthink it. Yeah, sweep picking is another one of the multitude of effects that I can't, or techniques that I can't do. Lots and lots of techniques that I can't do. All right. Brian says the sounded pretty good through the little Vox amp. Yeah, surprisingly, you know. And the way the pedals reacted to it was probably what surprised me the most because, like pedals and amps, they always have a weird, you know, a love or hate relationship, let's say, where some pedals will sound great on some amps and some will sound great on others, or not so great. And the fact that those pedals work that well with that amp really, really surprised the hell out of me. So, yeah, and honestly, like when you're playing and you've got once the band kicks in and the drums and this and that, whatever, people aren't really going to hear any of the nuances, anyways, right? You know, you just want a fairly decent sounding rhythm tone and a lead that's loud enough that people can hear. Because I'm playing a bar, I'm not playing, like a fancy concert hall. Like, so the nuances and everything, it's all going to be missed, and it's amp straight out. We're not even micing amps, so you know, my anything I buy or use that's like super intricate or whatever is going to be completely lost on the crowd. They're not going to hear any of it. So it's really not. At the end of the day, it's really not that important. What's more important is you hit the notes and the song's groove and your song choice, all that sort of thing. That's really what's more important. Okay, it's going down here. Okay, Glenn James agrees. I never had an issue with drop D 9 to 42. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm thinking is like if you're playing a lot of drop D, then maybe after a while it'll start to feel a little flubby on you. But I only do the odd drop D song, and it's fine with me. Open D is very popular with slide guitar. Yeah, open D, open G. Yeah. Guitared it. Welcome. Nice to see you, man. We got 23 people in here now. This is awesome. Michael Bishop, if I haven't said hello, how are you? Um. So anyway, Celia was saying. So that was the first thing. Hey, there's Rob 212. How are you, man? There's the first thing is getting there and BC Rich 581. How's it going? Was getting there and finding out that I forgot my amp head. So that was problem number one. But hey, Old Blue Wind, welcome. That was problem number one, but that got rectified again using that little mini Vox. And that stage was massive. It's like one of the biggest stages we play, and all kinds of room, which was great. I was able to bring the Firebird out, um, and I was able to walk around. Like I had, I could have walked around, which sometimes I don't have that option. I got to stand in one place. It was really cool, and their house PA actually worked and sounded pretty good, and they even had monitors. There was like, was it 2 wedges or 3 wedges on the stage? So you had monitors. Like, you know, this doesn't sound like a big deal for probably some of you, but I rarely play with any kind of monitor in front of me. You know, I usually rely on the PA speaker by my head as my monitor. So this was like, wow. So, and then they had lights going and all that. You know, of course, the complaint right off the top was, "You guys are too loud." You know, that always irritating comment has to be made. And then all you do is over the course of the night, you just keep edging up your volume. So was that, and of course you know, the guy coming up and asking for Freebird, that happened. I literally just started laughing at the guy. I'm like really?
What?
That was a good one. that was that Queen Bee just made a really good joke.
Oh, I didn't think you heard it.
I heard it. It was funny. Wow. What's the date today? Anyways, so so you got me going now.
You can use it next time.
Yeah, I'll use it next time. So, well, no, I don't. Anyway. So yeah, so a guy comes up and asks for Freebird, right? He goes, "You got fast fingers, you can play Freebird." And I started laughing with him. I go, "What are you trying to punish me? Play Freebird, really?" But it happens, right? There's always that one guy, you know? And then he's asking for all this other obscure shit. You know, like we are a live breathing jukebox, so we could just pull these songs out. We have no set list. That was all right. He was harmless. And oh, wait a minute. Let me just say hello to a few more people that popped in. Oh, I got 27 in here now. Okay, okay. There's Butterfly. Butterfly Ladybug. Hey, Nocturnal. How are you? Mike Rhodey is here. Nice to see you. Oh, yeah, Janice, I beat you to Freebird. Yeah, there's always the one, right? I don't know if like if the if they know it's a joke, like people who don't play music, if they realize that it's a joke, or they're doing it because they know it's a joke. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. It's like, what are you just doing that to bust my balls? Did you actually want me to play Freebird? I wonder sometimes. Quan James, we could turn it down, or you could just go outside. Yeah, I get that. I noticed some really nice dynamics and variety going on last night in the drumming. What do you find your playing feeds off of most? Drums, singer, bass, lyrics, crowd, all the above? Oh, that's a great question, El Fermi. I always play with the drums. I don't listen to the bass at all. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I just don't give a shit about bass. The only time I'll notice the bass is if they're not playing, because then there's nothing underneath, or if he hits a bum note. Apart from that, I rarely, if ever, listen to the bass. Drums, on the other hand, I lock in with the drums. You know, so if you know if I can get tight with the drums, it's there because the drums, you know, the kick and they're like literally the kick for me is like a kick in the butt. You know what I mean? It just that's what sort of propels me, right? Vocals, again, it's the same as the bass. I only notice the vocals is if they're not singing or if they hit a bum note. Right? If everything, in other words, if everything is sounding okay, bass and vocals, I don't pay attention. I just focus on the drums, if that makes any sense. That's a great question. And the crowd. If we got a good crowd, you know, yeah, I'll talk about the crowd in a little bit. We didn't really have a lot of a crowd yesterday, but who we had were pretty cool. So, but I'll get into that in a minute. Oh wow, now that we got 30 in here, now the chat just started flying. Okay, and I don't want to miss out. BC Rich, nobody asked for Brown Eyed Girl, and we did not play Brown Eyed Girl. There was a Brown Eyed Girl free night last night. Yeah. Who is right? Oh wow, I'm really backing up here. Okay, okay, I'm getting caught up. I'm getting caught up. BC Rich, you forgot the Marshall head. Yeah, man, it really pissed me off because that's a great venue to bring the Marshall head. And like an idiot, I walk out of the house with the guitar, the guitar and my pedals, and walk right past the Marshall head sitting there. I'm like, you moron. I was just fortunate enough that again we had a backup head that I was able to use. Was I blowing kisses at you? I don't think I was, Joe Hervey. I only pitch for one team, Joe. You want a free bird, Joe? Or just playing. Based on what I saw, you didn't hit anyone in the head. Oh, with the Firebird. Yeah, BC Rich. Yeah, no, the stage was really big. I had all kinds of room for the BC Rich. Yeah, I know we're not loud. You're too old. Totally. All right, I'm getting caught up. I'm getting caught up. Yeah, no, the crowd's a big deal, man. The crowd is definitely a big deal. There's Dan in New Jersey. How are you, man? Oh, you saw the show? Thanks, Dan. Glad you enjoyed it, buddy. All right, Pooh. Take care. Have a great Sunday. I thought Three Pistol was killer. Good. Oh, thanks, Marsman. You knew that song, eh? Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that we do that you in the U.S. probably wouldn't know, right? Because we play a lot of Canadian content. So, Tragically Hip being one of the bands that we do. And then we do some early Rush, and somebody made a comment about the early Rush. Every bar band has to play an early Rush song. Yeah, it's in the Constitution. Okay.
Ice and cold tap water.
The drummer keeps you in step and guides you. Yeah, totally, Dante. Yeah, quite, James. We got a guy on bass. Yeah, that's true. The drummer controls the whole tempo of the band. I used to play drums. Damn fun. Yeah, drums are cool. Actually, I wanted to play drums before guitar. I'm actually a closet drummer. Love to play the drums. Vocal, snare, kick, and my guitar. Yeah, Quentin. All right, just catching up, catching up. Okay, I'm caught up. I'm caught up. Played all the good. Okay. Oh, there's Hobo Roadie. Welcome. They have some pretty cool names, these guys. Good. Yeah. So not much of a crowd. Like it's funny because this place is really really big. It's really really long. You could probably fit a few hundred people in this bar if you wanted to, if you loaded it up. But we there's like an area in front of the stage, and a couple tables and this and that sort of, and then behind that there's the bar, and there's like a pool table and this and that. So most of the people kind of hung out at the bar and at the front of the building. But there was right off the bat there was a table of I think like 6 people, right, that were applauding every song and cheering, and they'd get up and dance, and then they'd get a few more people up and dancing. So I'd say for most of the night we were probably playing mainly to like maybe tops maybe 10, 12 people, honestly. And there was a few at the bar that were kind of dance wise we probably had no more than maybe half a dozen on the floor, but we had the ones that we were playing to were very appreciative, and you could probably hear that if you were watching the thing last night. They liked the band, and we did get a lot of people coming up and you know thought we sounded good and played well and all that kind of crap. So it's a rewarding night. It doesn't have to be a packed house as long as we're not playing to the walls, right? So you know it was all right. And we actually, the other cool thing was last time I played this bar, the guy took us forever to pay us at the end of the night, and he stiffed us on the tab. Typical band stuff. But this time, it was actually a lot different. They honored the tab, right? Like I was, had a couple beers that cost me a dime, and then they actually paid us like once we settled the tab business, they paid us like right away. So we were done playing at 1. I was in the car pulling out of the parking lot about 20 minutes after that. That's record, man. For me to pack up, get my money, and start driving home in about within 20, 25 minutes, that's like, wow, that never happens. So that was awesome. You know. And there were no encores because, again, there was hardly anyone there. So 1 o'clock, last song of the night. Whoop. Let's get out of Dodge.
Get out of there now.
All right, let me get caught up here. There's Guitard It. If I haven't said hello, hello.
You did.
I did? Yeah, I usually say hello to everybody like 3 times because I can't keep track. It's tough. 34 of you in here. El Fermi, have you ever played Girl, You've Been Gone, You've Been... No, never done that one, El Fermi. I'll say hello to Eric for us too, Butterfly and Ladybug Show. Some of your Hobarodi, some of your friends think Rush put Canada on the map. Sure. Chilliwack or the Rhesus Monkeys from SCTV. El Fermi guy was saying that. Sylvester is watching, Quentin. Hey, Sylvester. Hey, there's Walid from France. It's your July 4th. It's their July 4th today. What do you call that?
Independence Day.
What's French Independence Day called, Walid?
Vive la France.
Hey, there's Mitch Heyman. Hey, man. How's it going? Nice to see you. Once there was 20 to final. Okay, no idea what you're talking about, Hobarodi. Bastille Day. Okay. Speaking of Canadian bands, Russia has a song called Bastille Day. It's a good tune. You guys would sound great doing the Smithereen song, Girl Like You. Yeah. Oh, the last point. Fête Nationale, when the king was beheaded. Yeah. It's talking about the French holiday. How did you stream last night? So Mitch, the Jitsi thing, so I was obviously doing it mobile, right? On the phone. So the Jitsi thing, I don't know, I would have had to download it on the home PC and set it up and then use my mobile as a mobile link to it or something. Anyways, I didn't get around to it. I just went with Streamlabs, and actually, surprisingly, Streamlabs worked okay last night for the most part. For the most part, it was okay. Hey there, Steve Keys. Welcome. So that's how I went last night. Yeah. So the other thing too is we played with a backup bass player yesterday. So this the guy that played bass with us last night, our bass player was away, so he couldn't do the show, and we didn't want to cancel it. So this backup bass player was a guy that originally auditioned for the band like 2 years ago now, but we remained friendly with him and that, and now he's in his own band now, and actually they do a shitload more gigs than we do. The band he's with now, and he's a nice guy, and we kind of help each other out, with bars, and you know we help each other like that. It's not a competition; it's a cooperative. So which is kind of cool. And he came out to 2 rehearsals with us, and first one was but the last one just this week. I mean, it's like, man, this guy's pretty much got the material down, and I was not worried at all about doing this gig, and it went really, really smooth. It was, I mean, there are little things here and there that you're used to hearing from, the original bass player, that he was doing, but then at the same time, there were things he was doing that our bass player doesn't do. So kind of all evened out, and I'm not saying it was perfect, but everybody makes mistakes, but, nothing to derail this song or the band or the show. It was fine, So, yeah. and he subbed my channel. So Jason, if you're watching, you did an awesome job last night. Thank you so much. So there you go. So it worked out. Everything worked out nice. All right. Let me just get caught up here. Oh, rest in Pat Denizio from the Smithereens passed away. No idea who that is. New bass player sat in, and Hack didn't even know. No, I noticed, Quinn. But you know what? You know a bass player is doing his job? How do you know when a bass player is doing his job? You don't notice he's even there. That's how you know. Bass players are invisible, myself included. Yeah, how could it not go smooth? Yeah, the place I was playing was called Hacks. I took a photo of the menu. I posted that. Called Glenn Fricker as a bass player? That's all right. I want a quiet bass player. Thanks, Jeff White. Appreciate it. Thank you. Guitar Hack gave me a shout out last night, so that's all that really matters. You know, the whole time it was streaming, I was saying earlier, like I had no idea if it was working or if it wasn't working. I just kept kind of waving and I'm looking and you know, and again, then I'm getting shit from the other guys because hey man, focus on your playing, forget that stupid thing, you know. So I just kind of wanted to set it and forget it, but that is what it is. Um, Elf Hermie, do you ever do gigs where there are two bands back to back and you're the second on the bill? The first band really rocked it or stunk. Does that affect you at all before you go on? Um, to answer the first question, yes. And I think it's worse if they're great. If they stunk, then you got nothing to worry about. Because you'll either stink just as bad or you'll be a little better. So that's better. Um, if they're really, really good, then yeah, you're kind of like, oh well, here we go. And you know, you never know, right? That's where the crowd really helps. I mean, if the crowd is responsive, then it kind of gives you like a second gear to get you pumped up. But you know, if the crowd's not with you and you're following like a band that just had a great reaction, yeah, you just want to kind of get her done and get out. That's happened. Bass player's doing his job when people are dancing. Yeah, Waleed. Yeah. Don't tell. Quentin, we didn't even have to use our PA last night. We used the house PA last night. Wizard Wand Music, you like my lead on my Sharona? Thank you. Chat folks, when just before, I don't know, Quentin, if you were watching at that point, but I got on the mic and said, this one's for you, Quentin, what is it, Mangy, I can't even say it now. Cooter, Mangy Cooter. And then Mangy Cooter. And then I started into it. So now when I play Sharona, as soon as when the chorus comes around, all I remember is Mangy Cooter. Mangy Cooter.
Oh my god. That why you said that?
Yeah.
Oh
because he plays it on the guitar. When it gets to get Mangy Cooter.
Oh
So now all I hear in my head when I'm playing Sharona is Mangy Cooter.
I'd kill him if I had to sing that song and I said that.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. It's I think part one or part two of the third set that we did that song and I go, this one's for you, Clint. Mangy Cooter. Oh Lord. Anyway, I appreciate that Wizard One music. Thank you. Yeah, it was Firebird was behaving last night. It was sounding good. It's as good as it could through the little box thing, but talked about that earlier. It could be hairy. Bobby Lopez, hey buddy. The bass he did all right, man. He did pretty good. No complaints. We rehearsed with him. I was saying earlier, we rehearsed with him a couple of times, and we rehearsed with him on Wednesday, and we pretty much ran through the sets, and yeah, he did all right, and didn't make any more mistakes than any of the rest of us, so it was good. My granddaughter sings Love Shack. Listen to this one. Instead of Love Shack, she sings Butt Crack.
Oh my God, who says that one?
That's Jeff.
Oh my God.
He sounded right on, Bobby. Yeah. Well, I'm surprised you were able to hear it, the bass, because usually this phone doesn't pick up any low stuff. But that's cool. That's cool. Oh, we got 31 of you in here. So if anyone's got any questions or comments they want me to see, please tag me.
Okay, Connor.
Love crack, baby.
Butt crack.
Yeah, there's Sean Kennedy. How's it going? Yeah, so that was basically it. You know, forgot my amp head. That got worked out. The course, the request for Freebird, that happened. Crowd response, pretty good. Got our cashing out the door pretty quick. That's pretty much it. Then I drive home. I got home at 2:30. I got home last night. Yeah, I got home about 2:30. That's basically that was the day. There's Dwight Bailey. Thank you so much. Glad you enjoyed it. Bobby Lopez, I think I've played all those songs at one time or another as a drummer. Oh, probably. Yeah, like I said, the band is McDonald's. We play all the songs that everybody knows, and so yeah, there's nothing really exciting. Best song of the night was Wagon Wheel. Yeah, shoot me in the head, Brian. Will ya? Put me out of my misery. Man, there's songs I was playing last night that are like, why am I being punished? That's one of them. Pink Cadillac is another. Like, oh my God. There's so many of them.
Caroline.
Sweet. Well, I like Sweet Caroline,
Oh,
actually.
you don't.
I like, because the crowd likes it. So Sweet Caroline is bearable now.
Oh,
Whose little box that little mini Vox box that I was playing through, Phil, what do you call it? That's Ken's, like the other guitar players. Thanks, Dan Beck. Glad you enjoyed it. Have you ever done mini trivia with a dollar store? No, no, we don't. No, we don't do trivia games to get the crowd. It'd be a good gimmick to get them involved. I hope we never have to go that far over. I hope we never have to go that far. Yeah, Phil Mosley Music. It's the Vox. Yeah. Pleasing the crowd is what you're supposed to do. Yeah, Bobby. I play a lot of songs I hate just for the crowd. Yeah, you don't want to tell anybody to shut up when they yell Firebird. Well, the guy didn't yell Firebird. He came up right beside me and asked me for it. I just laughed in his face, though.
Freebird, not Firebird.
Or Freebird, sorry, not Firebird. Yeah, I just sort of laughed, kind of like jokingly, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, really? Seriously? You know. Janice says, I sang good. Thanks, Janice. Appreciate it. I absolutely hate the sound of my own voice. I hate it. Brown Eyed Girl. Yeah, quite. And we didn't have to do Brown Eyed Girl last night. It was a Brown Eyed Girl free show. We did other stuff that was equally horrible. Yeah, Bobby, somebody asked me to play Freebird last night. Yes, they did. The Little Lamp did okay. Totally. Happy Sunday, Angelo. Welcome. If you all could get a quilt hanging up behind the drummer, it might be easier to order drinks and chat at the bar. Hobo Roadie, that bar was about 50 feet away from the stage. I don't think the drums would be interfering with drink orders. You're laughing your ass off, Bobby? Yeah, it's funny. I was saying earlier, I don't know if people realize, like, the audience realizes that it's an inside musician joke and they're just doing it because they know that, or if they legitimately want to hear Freebird. Like, I don't have that figured out yet. Because I almost, like, when the guy asked me, like, are you in on this joke, the Freebird joke? Are you in on the Freebird joke? Like, I don't know. All right. Okay, so got 36 of you in here now, so just make a couple of announcements here. This will be my last show until you responded with you trying to torture me. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that sounds like me, Bobby. Um, so this is going to be my last show until if I'm able to do something from Nashville. So if not, it won't be till I get back from Nashville. But we'll see how that goes. If you want to help with the trip and everything else, and I got Guitar Hack merch, got T-shirts and stuff. All that stuff, helps me with the trip and cameras and all that crap. Hit me up below for a Guitar Hack T-shirt. There's also a PayPal that would also help me tremendously with this trip because this trip is costing me a bloody fortune. And let's all sub each other. Let's keep this community positive. Let's keep it growing. And yeah, and that's it. And hopefully I'll be able to shoot you some stuff from Namm. It's going to be a hell of a trip. We're going to be leaving Wednesday at around noon, 1 o'clock. It's a 12-hour drive, so I'm hoping to get there by maybe 2 in the morning. And then Thursday, the plan is Thursday I will basically be at Namm, get my badge, and I think I'm going to do pretty much any video that I shoot will probably be on the Thursday. And and whoever I run into, and I want to do it all Thursday because it's going to be the quietest day. Because then from that on, then people come and it gets real busy and there's a lot of background noise and stuff. So I figure Thursday's the best day. I'll probably not run into a lot of YouTubers on Thursday, but the upside that's the downside. The upside is I'll have a quiet place to shoot stuff, right? And so Thursday's pretty much I'm going to dedicate that to Namm, and then my wife is going to be coming with me. So probably the Friday, if I don't have to shoot any more stuff, I probably won't even bother with Namm anymore. That'll be like maybe hitting Gruens and Carters, and I'll shoot video there too as well. So so I'll show you all those stores and what I see. I'll try to take you along with me as much as I can, right? So I'll shoot video of those stores, whatever, and then there's a possibility that we might actually drive. We're 3 hours away from Elvis in Memphis, Graceland, so we might make that trip. And if we do, then I'll shoot some video there if anyone's an Elvis fan or is interested and all that sort of thing. So I'll do some of that as well. I'm going to be taking this laptop down, taking my video camera down. Yeah. So I'll do as much as I can. It really depends on the quality of Wi-Fi that I have in a hotel that we're staying at. If I can upload stuff from there, then beautiful. But it all depends. I would really prefer uploading stuff from there while I am there, as opposed to coming home and then editing it and doing it from here, because you want to see the Namm stuff while Namm's going on. You don't want to see it 3-4 days later. But it is what it is. I'll try to do it from there if I can. Thanks, Rock and Roll Guitar Lounge. Guitar Lounge, appreciate it. Steve Keys, appreciate it. Thank you, Jeff White. Thank you, Waleed. Richard Poole, welcome. I've been in both style bands, one for the crowd, personal favorite track. The ones they know is the best. Yeah, when the crowd gets into what you're playing and they're into it, they're singing along. I mean, we've had people get on tables and shit. Like, that's really cool. That's when you're actually having a blast playing. Thanks, Dan Beck. Appreciate it. Oh, Alfermi, you're a big Elvis fan? Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do the. I don't know if I'm gonna actually do the tour. I'll see what I can see. You know, I don't know. It's gonna play a lot by ear. Yeah, it's gonna be a guitar holiday, but that's the thing too. Because my wife is going, I don't want to spend 3 days inside of a Namm building. You know what I mean? Get in there, do what I got to do, and then you know, and then do some sightseeing and stuff like that, right? You have to record a jam session with Robert Baker. Okay, Steve, you've heard me play, right? I'm not qualified to be in the same room as Robert Baker. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. But I'd love it, but I don't think that's ever going to. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Road trip. Yeah, that's going to be a road trip and a half. Elvis is Memphis, Graceland. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping she's going to have fun, Bobby. Hey, there's Josh Garcia. Welcome. Mitch Heyman, have a good time. Thank you, Mitch. Yeah, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. If no one has any more questions or comments, um, please watch the show from last night, folks. There's 4 clips up there. Check it out. Thumbs up the videos, please. If you're not subbed to my channel, please sub to my channel. Please support the channel. That would be much appreciated. And yeah, it just froze there. Head back. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to say it again because I just watched that I froze. Okay. I'm having a really bad connection right now. Yeah. So please watch those live clips that I put up. Please sub the channel if you're not already sub to the channel. Please support the channel. Links are below. That'd be much appreciated. And hopefully I'll be able to, communicate with you folks from Nashville. If not, I'm going to be taking a week off, but I'm really going to make an effort to do it. I really want to, share the experience while I'm there with you folks. So have a fantastic Sunday, the rest of your Sunday. Have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you as soon as I can. Cheers, everybody. Quentin!